Hey, I wanted to give you a quick review of something I found on Amazon. Not usually one to buy their deal of the day, but man, I got this for $2 and it's really cool. What it is an Etekcity, isn't that clever? Etekcity collapsible LED outdoor lantern. It's water resistant, it's collapsible, it's not very big. Let me show you how big it is. So when you take it out of the box, first thing you notice are these handles. You can use the handles to hang it up. You can use the handles to tip it up on its side. Pretty sturdy little handles. They're just wire bails, but you pull on it and that's what happens. It opens it up and it comes on. Okay, I've shut off the lights in our state-of-the-art studio to show you what it looks like when you turn it on. It doesn't get very dark in here because my camera says, hey man, I can adjust to low light, but when you turn it on, you just open it up and it comes on. It gets pretty bright. There's banks, 3 different banks of LEDs, 12 each. If it were truly dark in here, this thing would be blinding to you. It lights up the room really well. And since they're LEDs, the power consumption is pretty minimal. You can determine how much brightness you want by how far you open it or how far you close it. You can close it down a little bit and use it just as a nightlight, or you can open it up all the way and have a party. Hey, look at me, I'm having a party. I'm partying with my lantern. So when you push it back down, it shuts off. See, it comes on, shuts off. It's got a little switch inside that tells it when to turn it on and off. That's pretty slick. You open the bottom up here, and it's got 3 AA batteries. It came with AA batteries. Nobody sends anything with AA batteries anymore, so I thought that was really kind of cool. Thanks, Amazon. You just put this back on. There's little rubber gaskets in there that seal it up. Makes a nice tight seal. Manufacturer says there's a bright omnidirectional LED illumination. I would agree with that. Compact, lightweight, collapsible design. I would agree with that. It's probably half a pound, maybe. It doesn't weigh very much at all. You could easily throw this in your backpack. Certainly would keep it in the truck, or maybe a bigger backpack if I was going hiking. I don't know if I'd take it on my day pack or not. It's got fold-away handles for easy storage and suspension. And we talked about you could use them to lean it back against, so you could actually light up the top rather than just the sides if you need light above you. You can adjust the height like we talked about for brightness control. Open it a little bit, open it a lot, however much light you need, you can do that. It doesn't necessarily use less energy when it's not all the way open, but it lets less light out, so it kind of damps it a little bit. It's got energy efficient, low power consumption, because let's face it, LEDs really don't use that much energy, especially these new modern ones. Man, they are bright as stink, and they use hardly any juice at all. I've got some of those little tea candles that are LED powered that I've used repeatedly for the past 4 or 5 years, and this is kind of along those lines, except it's much more efficient than a Chinese tea candle. So if you look at it, how many lights does it have? There's 30 LEDs that make this thing light up, and it says it's actually got 60 lumens. Lumens are a unit of measure. You can go over to Wikipedia and see how much that lights up. But 60 lumens is pretty good, really. They're saying that it weighs 9.14 ounces. Yeah, it might be. Like I say, it's about half a pound. Not terrible. Now, if you stretch it all the way out, how big is it? Well, the cylinder itself is about 3.5 inches across. And at this state, it's a little bit under 5 inches tall, but when you fully extend it, it's 7.25. So it grows quite a bit. Now, if you put these handles all the way up, you're probably looking at about 10 inches. I don't know why that would matter to you, but maybe you got a 11-inch spot, you could hang it there. It would hang in that. It's a good lantern for camping. It's a good lantern for hiking, for hanging out on the back patio. It would also be a good lantern to have stored up, maybe a couple of these for prepping for a natural emergency. We lived in Nebraska. We had tornadoes all the time. Power never went out there because they're smart and they bury the power lines. But I live here in Olympia, Washington now, and we have earthquakes occasionally. And I'm sure you've heard that they're expecting a humongous earthquake is going to decimate anybody. Well, how am I going to see that decimation and destruction, should I live through it, if I don't have a light? So now I've got a light, and I'll be able to look at the decimation and destruction from the big one when it finally hits. Now, all joking aside, this is a pretty cool little lantern. If you could get it for less than $5, man, that's a deal. Amazon had it on sale a while back, and they'll probably do it again. So there you go. If you need a lantern, I'd go get one of these, man. They rock. Anyway, go buy one. They're on Amazon, and they're a good deal. If this was in 3D, you'd be freaking out right now. Etekcity.